I now have my actual real coffee, and I'm so much happier, so much better. So yeah, it's the little things right now, right? Okay, anyway, enough of that. So I want to start off first of all by sharing the card of the day. So it's interesting, these cards. So I'm choosing them, and but not like going through the deck. Like basically you shuffle the deck, and then I feel into what message would be beneficial to everyone in the day, and then I pull a card out of the deck at random. So I don't see it, I don't read it, I'm not like choosing these on purpose. So just so you know. So the card today, I did another postcards from Spirit. It's really pretty, right? And then here's the card itself here. I actually already posted that on my story this morning. I'm going to read it really, really quickly to you because I want to share some things about it. So, dearest Chu, we need you to know that you can change things miraculously for you and everyone and make things right. It's never too late. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from the burden of an old story, one in which you are a victim of someone else's actions or your own. You don't need to carry this around. You can set yourself free. Even advocating for good because of this experience requires your forgiveness to be effective. Forgiveness is never about condoning things that were done. It's about letting yourself off the hook from carrying the burden. Resentment and hurt are like viruses that spread to others, and that is the opposite of what you really desire, right? Imagine what your life would be like without the burdens that you carry when you do not forgive. You can do it. Everyone over here believes in you and adores you. Okay. So if you've been watching any of my videos, you know I've been talking about, yesterday was the full moon, talking about releasing burdens from the past. Maybe I didn't phrase it exactly that way, but it was tuning into the past and releasing what may be holding you back and keeping you stuck. So this is pretty much putting an exclamation point at the end of that. Whatever might be holding you back, sorry, it's a little loud, isn't it? Whatever might be holding you back right now from your past, if you didn't look at that yesterday, you can today. Just take a look and see what might be holding you back, and can you let it go? Can you forgive yourself or someone else for a perceived slight? The other aspect too that I thought was interesting, resentment and hurt are like viruses that spread to others. The word virus obviously stuck out because of the current global crisis that we're in right now. And if you can think about, you know, something else I shared about just, if you can find that sense of peace within yourself, find the joy within you, happiness is contagious. So if you, like a virus, if you can allow yourself to forgive, allow yourself to lean into whatever emotions you're feeling, the fear, the anxiety, the worry, just lean into it a little bit. And then find a way to pull yourself out by focusing on something else, focusing on an action you can take, focusing on someone you love, focus on, you know, what are your dreams and desires? What is it you want for your life? Is there a way that you can do it now? If you're feeling really anxious about things, what can you do in this moment? Up-level yourself. Take this opportunity to do that. And imagine what your life would be like without the burdens that you carry. What would life be like? Play the what if game. Yeah. So with that in mind, I walked by my bookshelf, and this book literally was like calling my name. Rising Strong by Brene Brown. I really, as you can see, like by the tattered, I don't know if you can tell by like the tattered cover, and I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to reading. I either underline everything and take notes in the margins, or I will, if it's a book that I think I'm likely to share with someone else, I might take notes in my phone or on my computer so that I can refer back to it later. So with this book, I actually did both. So it was one that I really relied on when I was determining how to navigate some challenges in my life. I really focused at the time on there's a lot of talk in this about like trust and betrayal and really being able to find that resilience within yourself. So at the time, that's really what I focused on. But I did take notes about other things too. So when this book, like I said, just kind of like called to me from my shelf, I went back and looked through my notes to see what in my notes would jump out at me that would be worthy of sharing with you, that might be beneficial, might help you right now. And there were a few things that popped out. So I'm going to read to you just a couple little things, and just, you know, pay attention to how you're feeling when you hear me reading them. If there's like a little ping, pay attention, because that's a message for you to maybe rewind and listen to that again, maybe write it out, see what comes up when you do that. Okay, so on page 201 of Rising Strong, powerlessness leads to fear and desperation. Okay, it feels to me like we're all feeling very powerless, which is leading to fear and desperation. You know, we're desperate to hold on to resources. That's why people are fighting over things. We're so fearful of what's to come, the uncertainty around it. It's not a really great place to be from a mental and emotional standpoint. It feels really heavy. She goes on to say, Brene Brown, so much respect for her, on page 202, there's an author and pastor named Rob Bell. I'm not super familiar with him, maybe some of you are, but he says, despair is a spiritual condition. It's the belief that tomorrow will be just like today. And again, that really jumped out at me, because I feel like that's a really prevalent emotion right now for people. It's that, like, you know, that despair, that feeling that tomorrow is going to be just like today is. And, you know, where do we go from here? Moving out of powerlessness and even despair requires hope. This is Brene talking now. Hope is not an emotion. Hope happens when we can set goals, have the tenacity and perseverance to pursue those goals, and believe in our own abilities to act. And that's also something I've talked about here on this platform is, you know, we have the power within us. We have the answers within us. It's just tuning in and realizing that they're there. Listening to it, you know, taking action once we hear the message. Hope is learned. We have to resist and unlearn old habits, like the tendency to give up when things get tough. Hope is a function of struggle. I mean, I think that's a resonating idea. Hope is a function of struggle. If you're not struggling, what are you hopeful for? Where does the hope come from? Where's the birthplace of hope? I don't know. Is the birthplace of hope struggle? You know, maybe. And if that's the case and you're in that place now, tap into that and use that as fuel. Use that as your power instead of feeling powerless. One more little tidbit. Our identities are always changing and growing. They're not meant to be pinned down. Our histories are never all good or all bad, and running from the past is the surest way to be defined by it. That's when it owns us. The key is bringing light to the darkness, developing awareness and understanding. And just because we know and understand something in our heads doesn't mean that we won't slip up when we're overwhelmed by emotion. So to me, that excerpt encompasses two things. It encompasses a reminder that we're always changing, always growing, always evolving. We have the power within us to create that change in our lives. But when we inevitably slip up or fall down or make a mistake, forgive ourselves, be gentle with ourselves, and know we're going to keep growing. We're going to get up. We're going to keep going, and all will be okay. So I hope that helps you today. We learn from one another. Please comment or reach out if you need something. I will see you here tomorrow. Bye for now.